So Bhagavan, what he taught was metaphysical solipsism, but what these folks are interpreting it as epistemological solipsism. Is that right?
That's one way of putting it. Yes, yes, you can say it like that. But the solipsism Bhagavan taught is a very refined solipsism, because the solipsism is a very much misunderstood and maligned term in philosophy generally. And generally, Bhagavan isn't saying that is. The analogy Bhagavan uses to illustrate this is dream. It's not just an analogy. It is, Bhagavan says our present state is just a dream. So if we think about a dream, in a dream, there is only one dreamer, and the dream exists only in the view of that one dreamer. However, in a dream, we always take ourselves to be a person in the dream. The person we take ourselves to be in a dream is not the dreamer. The dreamer mistakes itself to be a person in the dream. So what is seeing the dream is only the dreamer, namely ego, not the person we seem to be. Because we seem to be a person in the dream, it seems to us, I, this person, am seeing the dream. But it's not this person who's seeing the dream. It's only the I that is aware of itself as I am this person that is seeing the dream. So some people say, then does that mean that all the other people are unreal? They're all a mental projection. No, it doesn't. It does mean that, but it doesn't only mean that. Even the person you take yourself to be in the dream is as unreal as all the other people. So long as you're looking outwards, so long as you're interacting in the world, you take yourself to be a person. It's the person who is interacting in the world. So long as you take yourself to be that person seems to be real. So every other person seems to be real. So long as we are looking outwards, for all intents and purposes, there are a multiplicity of jivas, a multiplicity of egos. That is, because we as ego take ourselves to be a person, we take every person to be an ego. So it seems to us, but every other person is seeing this world and interacting with this world just as we are. So for all intents and purposes, we behave in this world as if there are a multiplicity of egos. Every person is an ego. So it seems to be. And so we should behave in this world as if every other person is an ego like ourselves. But that is because we take ourselves to be a person. So long as we take ourselves to be a person, obviously there's a multiplicity of people. But we need to, in order to get to the truth underlying this dream, we need to recognize there is actually only one dreamer. Only the one dreamer is perceiving that dream world. That one dreamer perceives itself as a person and perceives so many other people. The person it perceives itself to be is as much a mental projection as every other person. So there's nothing special about this person we take ourselves to be. So long as we're taking ourselves to be this person is one among so many billions of people. And people means not only human people, other animals, cows and dogs and cats and horses and elephants and giraffes and so on, they're also a people like us. They also, to all intents and purposes, they are perceiving this world as we are. They have their own personalities. They have their own characteristics, their own likes and dislikes and everything. So people means not only people in human form, people in so many different forms. So all that seems to be true so long as we take ourselves to be this person. So long as we're looking outwards, we should act in this world as if there's a multiplicity of jivas. But in whose view does this person we take ourselves be and all these other people exist? Only in the view of ourself, the dreamer, this ego. So for getting to the, for getting underneath the surface of all this, we need to accept that there's only one ego, and only in the view of that one ego, all these other egos seem to exist. Then we need to investigate, who is this, who am I, this one ego, in whose view all this world and so many egos seem to exist. When we investigate who am I, this one ego, we find that there's actually no ego at all. What we actually are is just pure awareness. So for the practice of self-investigation, we are taught that there's just one ego. That is in order to make us turn within to investigate, who am I, this one ego, in whose view all these exist. None of these things exist when I do not rise as ego. They seem to exist only because I rise as ego. So who am I, this one ego in whose view all this multiplicity seems to exist? When we turn our attention within to find out who am I, this one ego, we find there's no ego at all. What we actually are.
It's a qualified solipsism. So it's a qualified solipsism.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say this is the very deepest solipsism, but it is solipsism that is to be applied only by turning within. So long as we are turning outwards, we should not apply solipsism. We should not apply solipsism in our interaction with the world, because what is interacting with the world is the person whom we seem to be. And that person is just one among so many other people.
You nailed it there, Michael. Personally, this is one point that I had a lot of struggle with. I was getting up to that epistemology solipsism, I got it. So, and then I also wondered, what right do I have to say there's no such thing as Michael? So
if there's Kumar, there's Michael.
Right, but I also thought that, how can I say that only Kumar's ego exists? That Michael doesn't exist or the world doesn't exist. But then when I really got it was, as you said, during practice.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to put it on words. When you practice deeper and deeper, and that's when this thing really started sinking in.
And it's not Kumar's ego and Michael's ego.
Yeah, exactly.
That is, it is ego's Kumar. Ego takes itself to be Kumar. So the ego doesn't belong to Kumar. Kumar belongs to ego. The ego has taken Kumar as I am Kumar.
Right.
And so long as you are Kumar, there are so many other people, and every person seems to be an I just like you. So I think for all interaction with the world, we should not apply Eka-jiva Vada. That is a misapplication of Eka-jiva Vada. As far as our interaction with the world is concerned, we should interact with this world on the basis of Nana Jiva, many variety, many jivas. So Nana Jiva Vada is to be applied in our interaction with the world. Eka-jiva Vada, Nana Jiva Vada means the contention that there are many jivas. Yes, we should act in the world as if there are many jivas, because for all intents and purposes, so long as I am this person, then every other person is an I. But for investigating who am I, that is where we need to apply Eka-jiva Vada, solipsism, the contention that there's just one jiva. That's only when we turn within. And if we investigate who am I, this one jiva, this one ego, we will find there's no such thing as ego or jiva at all. What actually exists is our own real nature, the pure Sat-Chit that we actually are.